Okay, hello, good evening. Today I'm going to be talking about the Torah, specifically this week's parsha, specifically a specific part of this week's parsha, which is the part about Nazirite vows. Go to the synagogue on Shabbat and you'll read all about it. Basically, a Nazir is somebody who decides to wear the crown of his God upon his head, and that will make him especially holy. In order to do so, the man should not cut his hair, should not consume any grape products, and also cannot visit a graveyard. Okay, seems easy enough. So we do say that the Torah is written to every generation, not just the generation of the past, and that we can take the teachings and apply them to our lives. But this teaching here seems pretty outdated. We're going to need to change it up a little bit in order to properly apply it. At least I think so. Nowadays, because we have so many awesome things to distract us from God and from service to God, besides simply wine. We have different types of alcohol. We have TV, we have fancy cars, we have internet, we have taking a stroll outside, we got parks and things like that. So abstaining from wine and saving money on my hairdresser just doesn't sound like such big of a sacrifice. So is that really all it takes? Is that really going to make me super holy? So as we might learn from different fields of study, including Judaism, including economics, my economic professor told me this, the answer to every question pretty much is it depends. Okay, great. What does it depend on? It depends on how big the sacrifice is. If you're a person who absolutely loves drinking wine, you drink tons of wine every night, you love it, and your hair or your external appearance is really of utmost importance to you, you can't imagine life without it, then yes, abstaining from those things would definitely make you closer to God. Because you, as in your soul, which is the main part of you, are essentially telling your body, which is the lesser part of you, the secondary part of you, that you, the soul, are in control, and you're not going to give in to the lowly desires of the body. Great, that'll definitely make you closer to God. But if that's not the case about wine and hair, like personally for me, I'm more of a beer guy, and my haircut is fairly simple, and I definitely don't get a haircut every month. I also don't visit graveyards very often, so sacrificing these would not at all be a sacrifice for me. There definitely are months where I go without visiting a graveyard and cutting my hair. When it comes to drinking wine, I drink kiddush every Shabbat, so that's a little different. But I can, not do that for a bit. If that's also the only wine that I drink, really, it's not a sacrifice. Essentially, is what I'm getting at. So if I were to make a Nazirite vow, I would make my vow about something. I would decide to abstain from things that are a big part of my life, like potentially, beer and video games, or buying food and internet, and sleeping in, whatever it is. Everybody has something. Everyone has something that gets them. If you think about yourself for a few moments, about your life, about your body, and you think, what is it that your body really loves? What is it that you gotta have it, And you think about abstaining from it for a day, a week, a month, a year, whatever it is. During that time period, you will be a Nazir. Technically not according to the Torah, but the essence, you will be a Nazir, and you will be especially holy. That'll definitely bring you closer to God. Great. Okay, cool. Good job. Mazel tov. What does that mean, though? I'll be holy. Who cares? What does be holy? Okay. What does it mean? What's holiness? Okay, good question. I'm not quite sure. I didn't have enough time to really look into it tonight. But here are a few of my thoughts. So one thing, if you do follow through with your vows, and you do, abstain from certain things that are tough for you, perhaps your prayer will be strong. Will have a stronger effect on you, which is not the same as saying that your prayers will always come true. They might come true. They might not come true. That's a whole different topic. But you might take your prayers seriously. You might really pray about things that matter to you. You might come to change yourself more based on your prayers, which is a good thing. Alternatively, another thing that might happen is that maybe you'll see with real clarity, with the truth, what is actually important to you. Is it really important to you that every Thursday night you go out with your friends and you have a nice dinner, or is it more important to you to spend time with your family and with your kids, or whatever it is? Do you really need to be playing video games for 6 hours a day, or is it more important to focus on your homework? Speak to myself there. You'll find out what's more important to your body and to your soul by abstaining from things that you think are so important to yourself. Alternatively, another thing is that you might feel a lot better for yourself. You might feel more motivated to do the things that make you succeed in your school, in your work, or whatever it is. You might focus more on your work. You might focus more on appeasing to your boss and climbing up the corporate ladder. You might do more homework and put more effort into your assignments, or whatever it is, really whatever it is. If you abstain from things, you'll have all this extra time to now focus on what's really important, and you'll spend more time doing what's really important, and undeniably that'll bring you closer to God. So that's it. Hope you enjoy. Shabbat Shalom. Stay tuned.